napakarami na ng topic nagsasalita din about commandership.
Kaya lang, isinasabuhay mo kasi.
Talagang ganun yun eh.
Oo, sir. Bakit ka ba, paano yung ano mo, sir, yung pag-develop mo as a soldier? Tapos paano mo na-develop yung prinsipyo ng commandership? Ba't mo ko tinitingnan, sir?
Napakarami nating napakarami ng mga, we have undergone so many training, so many lectures on leadership, on management. But the big problem dyan is how will you apply it pag nandyan na eh. Diba? So applying it is nagbabari on how it's being applied. So kaya nasasabi nga natin as a military officer, na-develop yung word na commandership eh. Not leadership, not management, not that manager. So commandership eh. It's how you apply all those those theories, those practices na nakita mo sa actual practice, sa libro. Yun yung sinasabi natin commandership na nagbumuga ng maganda. Ganun yun eh. So,
Sa inyo, sir, paano nyo, sir, isinabuhay yung commandership?
So, I have a very different view siguro because not all officers came from the same, sabi ko nga, yung upbringing. Diba? Ang upbringing ko naman, I grew up in a barangay, I studied in a public school eh. So, I know how it is to live with ordinary people and soldiers. Hindi naman ako lumaki doon sa siyudad eh. Ano, diba? It so happened that I only, sabihin mo, napunta lang ako ng city when I'm already a cadet, nasa Baguio na kami. Then after graduating, doon na na-expose. In fact, bumalik ulit ako sa probinsya eh. So, with all those, inputs in as part of my continuing education, experience yung upbringing sa akin, i-mix mo lang yun eh. Yung sinasabi ko nga eh,
Kung halimbawa dito, sir, paano saan?
dito naman is different. I'll treat it in a different yung as far as leadership and managerialship here is depende yan dito, napakaliit ng brigade eh. Ang role ko naman dito as brigade commander is providing command and control only to the different forces in the brigade AOR. So meaning at present I have 4 battalions here. These battalions have their own battalion commanders eh. So, ako lang ang nag-orchestrate kung paano sila mag-conduct ng operations. I'm just providing command and control and supervision over these units. So, in fact, ang personnel namin dito na sinasabi nga nating organic is just less than a company size eh. So, trabaho lang actually ng isang kapitan or major eh to manage these people.
Pero you're still practicing commandership?
Yes, you need to practice because ang commandership na sinasabi ko is just as integration of what you've learned from school, from your personality mo, upbringing mo, the way you mature from start you enter the service hanggang kung ano yung mga nadaanan mo, apply what is right. Tanggalin mo yung wrong practices doon. One good thing siguro in commandership na masabi kong input dyan is, as a commander, you will never have a very good decision unless kumpleto ka sa input. In decision-making process, you might be the officer na halos lahat ng eskwelahan napuntahan mo na eh. Foreign, local, but why is it hindi pumapalpak yung decision mo? Something is lacking. You need to have all this para kang gumagawa ng isang pagkain na dapat ang lahat ng ingredients o dapat makumpleto yon, and then it's like in doing decision making in your decision making as a commander also, ito dapat nagpe-play lahat eh. It so happens siguro na halos lahat kasi ng unit sa armed forces sa army dumaan ako eh. I grew up in the ladder. So hindi nila pwedeng as a battalion commander niya pwedeng sabihin na hindi ko alam kung anong ginagawa niya because I've been a battalion commander. I've been a company commander, so I've been a platoon leader, I've been a team leader. So, naiintindihan ko lahat yung ginagawa nila. So I was able to pass through all those yung tour of duty na yan sa different levels of command. Kaya integrating all this, masasabi ko na in my decision making, more or less mapoproject ko yung end result ng decision ko. Because nadaanan ko, more or less, hindi man siya magiging perfect siguro, at least mapoproject ko, hindi ako mag-hesitate. Because kompleto yung input.
So, in regards to the contribution, so may sinasabi kayo kahapon or the other day na sa level mo, yun lang yung abutin mo na...
Yun nga, so sabi ko nga, if this is one line going up there, if this is one line, kung ganito kataas yan, if you are an officer, if you are a commander, ang value mo as far as your, kung tinayaan ka o kaya ginastusan ka, nandito ka na sa taas eh. Your level of intelligence, lahat nandun ka sa taas. Ang sundalo, nandito lang yan eh. Sa baba, di ba? So, nandyan ka, nandito yung sundalo. If you want to achieve the mission of to move forward as a unit, anong gagawin mo in order to be successful as a commander, as a leader? Pull this soldiers, junior officers up to your standard. Ano? But you also must have to go down and work as a team. Ganun yun eh. Hindi po pwedeng dalhin mo sila rito sa level mo na hindi ka naman gumagalaw dyan, hindi nila maharating yung level mo eh. Di ba? In like manner also, huwag ka namang bumaba na sila na magganon. Ikaw pa rin yung mag-prevail. So, team effort yan eh. Ang sinasabi ko palagi is, it's just, just always think of your role. Role playing yan eh. You always think of your role in an organization. Ano bang role ko rito? I'm just a plain rifleman. Yun lang yung role mo eh. Di ba? I'm just a squad leader or I am the chief clerk of one section there. In the S3 section, in the S1 section, just do your role. Because once after all, kung ginagampanan natin lahat yan, ang system mag-function eh, mag-work. Pero kung may pumapalpak dyan, magpapaltos din yun, maaberira din yun. Di ba? So
in all your soldier life, ganon yung ginagawa?
Ganon lang ginagawa ko. I just tell them, just do your thing. Ganon lang yun eh. Walang personalan dito eh. Mahigpit ako as a commander. At saka ang policy ko, I want to teach because when I was a junior officer also, I grew up as a team leader, company commander, staff officer in the battalion. I never learned staff work. Wala man lang nagturo sa akin yan eh. So, mula nung battalion commander ako, when I started to have my own staff as brigade commander dito, yun yung number one legacy na sinasabi ko eh. Turuan mo na sila at that level. Because wala namang pagbabago yun at you grow up, yung staff work eh. It's more on staff job, commander job. Ganun, dalawa lang yun eh. Whether you become a staff or you command. Ganun lang yun sa serbisyo eh. So, material yung maaga pa, tinuturuan ka na. So, ganun yun. So, in all my units na pinupuntahan ko, because I have also several, I have two actually master's degree na, no? Sabi ko nga eh, you prepare the right working environment, part of so that the accomplishment of mission will just come in eh. Huwag ka namang dumiretso doon, meaning, do not task a unit or say, yung isang grupo niyan, na alam mo wala namang capability eh, di ba? Para ka rin sinasabi nga lang si Moses, baka itapon nila yung lapidan niyan, puro ka lang ng utos, hindi namin alam yan. Di ba? So, turuan mo sila. Build capability before hingian mo sila ng output. Ganun lang yun.
Sir, naging niyo is warrior kayo as
Ayan sinasabi ko eh. I have been, siguro naman, record will tell, na halos I'm one of those officer na matagal na pull out sa field. Even sa klase ko, I think ako yung more or less, one of those halos na tumagal sa field bago na pull out. So, ang perception ng even junior officer sa may Sisker and Lardo, warrior, I have been almost, dito noon, sa Mindanao, I was almost assigned on almost all parts of Mindanao here, except yung sa mainland Cotabato. Because before, nung I was with 4th Division, halos yung Zamboanga, Basilan, namin yung nasa striking unit kasi ako dati eh. Ranger din, Ranger officer din ako. So, Meaning halos ano na yung yung tingin nila sa akin na puro gera na lang yan. But totoo yan if you are a tactical, if you are junior officer. Because yun yung ano mo, tactical ka lang eh. Magbabago yung pananaw mo, paningin mo in approaching a problem as you go up. Nagmamature ka eh. You tend to evolve from your tactical decision making to operational and strategic. Ganun yun eh. Nagmo-move ka. Hindi yung puro tactical ka na lang eh. Yung kasi nasabi natin because there is always that policy in the armed forces that we work as a team. May team EEP yan eh. Team Army. Ito sabihin natin may team 103rd Brigade yan. Ganun lang yan eh. Contributions ng mga unit nito sa baba will always complement the overall effort. So ganun yan. So always nasa isip ko palagi yun eh. Though tactical yung ano, I may be having tactical victories here, but I lost the strategic result of that might be lost to the overall. So, yun yung sinasabi nila palagi. Always consider the strategic implication of your tactical actions on the ground. Diba? Your decision should always be in line with that. Ganun palagi yun. Strategic implications of your tactical actions on the ground. Always consider the end state of your action. Why you are doing this? Because ito yung gusto kong mangyari, marating. Minsan, along the way kasi, nawawala yan eh. May nawawala because ang daming factors eh. Hindi ka dapat nawawala. Ganun lang yun. Kaya minsan, sinasabi nga natin, nag-shotgun na lang tayo eh, because nawawala tayo sa focus. Ganun lang yun eh. Ganyan ako katindi. Always, anong dulo nito? I've been telling my battalion commanders on that. Our main mission here now in Lanao is what? Containment. Main mission yan. While we are containing, because we still have that primacy of the peace process here, meron tayong mga bandits, we call them bandits now, lawless MILF group. Ito sina Pangalian, sina Bravo, ito yung mga main targets natin for neutralization. So dapat naka-align lahat yung effort natin dyan. So marami man tayong mga indirect approach dyan or whatever na ginagawa natin, dapat hindi tayo mawala. Ito yung mission natin. Minsan kasi, sa dami na nating pinagagawa, nawawala na tayo doon sa main mission eh. Diba? Oo, ganun. Ang dami niyan, it's happening. Even sa inyo, siguro in our daily life, diba? Iba yung main mission, mapapansin mo lang at the end of the period eh. Mas marami tayong ginawa na wala naman doon sa hindi naman nakarapat natin ginawa natin. Diba? So do not be misled by ano.
Isa yung expansion. Okay lang, okay. So yung Dina?
Okay.
So yung ano, yung sinasabi niyo kahapon na noon, ang solution is parang ang ginagawang action is gera-gera. Ngayon hindi na, pwede niyo bang expound yun na hindi na yun ang kailangan ngayon sa ginagawa niyong application sa problema dito?
Actually, nasa ano naman natin yan eh, nasa national strategy yan eh. Nasa national strategy yan eh, is yung mga threats to national security, isang element lang yung armed forces to address that. Isa lang. So, anong role ng armed forces dyan? Supposed to be, ang traditional role ng armed forces dyan is just the armed component. Diba? Armed component lang ang target, pero napakarami ng binigay na role sa armed forces. Most of them are even non-traditional role ng war fighting. Practically, war fighting dapat yan eh. But in the deeper analysis, yung ginagawa nga nating strategy is lumalabas ngayon yan na we need to approach this holistic. Di ba? We need to approach this holistic ang dating. So, kung tingnan natin, if we're going to have some research, dumaan din ako sa higher level assignment, doon sa staff level na assignment, doing some research also. Kung pag-aralan mo lahat yan is, ito yung the war of attrition is not there eh. Meaning, yung present approach natin in fighting this problem is not true war of attrition because we believe na hindi naman ang dulo nito is ubusan ng ubusan ng armado eh. And then that's the end, no? Everything will still ang dulo niyan is negotiating table eh. Ganon ang dating niyan. So, why will you, in the negotiating table, doon ngayon, kung sino yung medyo, mas still have that position of strength, mas mataas yung leverage niya sa lamisa. So, ang ibig sabihin, nandyan pa rin yung sinasabi nating we need to defeat or reduce their arm capability. Yun ang pinaka-main mission eh. Kung ito is armado, ito yung threat to national security na grupo, say, ano sabi natin dyan? MILF is a threat. Sabihin natin CTM is a threat. We need to reduce their arm capability. Because we are the arm component, dapat arm capability ang dapat ipababa natin sa kanila. Other agencies of the government will address the other issue, other factors. So, in doing such kasi, it's not just through attrition eh. Yung barilan lang na barilan eh. That's why meron tayong surrender, yung mga bumabalik sa ano, yung ganun yun eh. So, nagta-transform yung ano eh, yung style natin in dealing with problems. I have seen it also. Even since I was a lieutenant, I was here. I have seen it during the 2000, I have seen 2003 na ginagamit natin yung traditional role natin is girahin na lang natin, ganun di ba? Nandyan pa rin yan. Nandyan pa rin yan. Yung strength and superiority natin against the enemy, ano? Nandyan pa rin yan. But let's consider the other aspect. Dapat yung sinasabi ko nga, let's find out, meron pang iba eh. While you are having this might or this force, meron pang iba eh. That's yung sinasabi ko na engagement. We engage all sectors here. Package everybody, meaning itahin mong lahat ng contribution. Because this might even have a bigger help that will help na itong yung problem natin ma-solve na ito eh. Because ito naman sinasabi natin ang armed forces dito is just, kung titingnan natin, pawn lang siya eh, hindi overall eh. Yung national elements of national power ng gobyerno, dapat lahat yan is nag-address ng problema. Isa lang yung armed forces dito, yung armed component lang. Napakaraming sinasabi nga natin na babalikan ko ulit sa inyo. In this place is ang major issue rito is sinasabi nga natin we are fighting a culture here. Kultura ang kalaban natin dito eh. O kaya sistema na hindi nag-evolve, hindi nag-a-adjust, hindi na siya responsive to the current trend at times eh. Yung lumalabas, yung typical example ko dyan, itong family feuds, itong rito in this part of this country. Ito yung tribal war noon using bow and arrow. Ngayon, anong lumalabas? They're using machine gun. O, ganun ang lumalabas. So, you have to deal this in a manner na, ano, so, lumalabas na yung solution yan, education, lumalabas na yung disarmament, napakarami. Kung isa-isahin mo yan. Diba? So, as a brigade commander in this area, tinitingnan ko rin ngayon, how will I contribute? Kung paano ako makakontribute din dito. But just not merely using the force as it is, ano? With my deputy, Colonel Pigalan, siguro, and all other officers here, naintindihan ko yung problema rito eh. Diba? So, mapapansin nila na parang nagsiship ako ng strategy. Hindi na ako yung warrior style. I have been continuously talking to almost everybody here. Pag-usapan natin. But I'm still retaining this might. Hindi ka pwedeng magkamali dyan because pag sinabi kong I will attack you there, I will attack you there. Ganun lang naman yun eh. So, yun yung strategy na I think, do not isolate yourself because in here, uso din yung pintakasi eh. Diba? Ibig sabihin, the armed forces against all eh. Ang kalaban mo, family eh, clan eh. Diba? So, wala kang kalaban-laban doon. Kung isipin mo, you might even be, pag nagkamali ka ng approach, you might even be adding more enemies eh. Because hindi kayo na kayo magka-level eh. Yung ibang, ang katapat mo dito na iba is non-educated eh. Na pinapalaro lang, pinapatakbo lang, ginagamit lang. Nung ibang mga tao na, yung gustong namimera lang yung iba eh. Ang samantala, makita mo yung mga leadership ng yung mga LMG na ito, tingnan mo yung mga buhay nila rito. Samantala yung mga ordinary rifleman nila, ordinary men in ranks nila, walang pinag-aralan yan eh.
How do you see the future, sir, for this place? Being the brigade commander for that
I am involving myself to almost all, especially ito mga influential dito, ito yung mga Ulama League. Get involved with this because I believe ito yung mga makakasolve. I am trying my best to make these local executives na yung yung as part as governance aspect is concerned, dapat mag-improve because karamihan ng problema rito in my brigade AOR are law enforcement problem. This is not even armed forces job. Law enforcement problem. Ang lumalabas. Nagiging police kami in an area. I'm very vocal on this. I have been advocating this. Very, yung dito very famous yung Lanao Sur na Rido So Clan War. I have been recommending since then na yung the Maranao policemen in Lanao del Sur is not that effective. Why? Natatakot silang marirido. You can see policemen there sa tabi, may nagbabarilan. They will never react. Why? Natatakot silang marirido Kaya ang recommendation ko dyan is palitan natin ng non-Maranao. Not necessarily Christians. I-mix natin so that these policemen can perform their role as policeman. Dito wala Natatakot lahat yan mag-react because natatakot siyang ma-involve sa rido. Dahil yung pamilya niya nandito, kamag-anak nandito. It's clan war yun So yun yung, I'm advocating on that.
Pero do you think meron pag-asa?
May pag-asa because we have done this in Abra. Pinalitan natin. Di ba? I am not saying na outright. We can do this gradually. Say, come up with the pilot municipality and palitan natin lahat. Show to them the real role of the yung baguhin mo lahat yung police force doon. Magtulungan natin yung local executive na talagang magiging pilot yung munisipyo na yan for right governance, right law enforcement of law. Tutulungan natin. Not necessarily sabihin natin na maglagay tayo ng Christians, no. Sila pa rin. Ang importante lang, magpakita natin sa kanila na there is still hope in this land. Remember, this is the place just like Baguio before. When Camp Janhe was developed by the Americans in Baguio, Camp Kitli was started also here. And look at what's happening now. Hindi natutulog ito yung lugar rito. Yung sinasabi ko, kultura ang problema rito at saka sistema. Parang as if everybody there is that force or hands na parang ayaw nilang umasinso ito. Parang ganun, lugar na ito.
Sir, daw to maunlad daw before.
Ito.
Tapos hindi na
Kaya hindi siya nag-move. So yan, kultura pa rin yan.
And you're trying to make a difference.
No, I may not be, but in my own simple way, whatever I can contribute, yun yung ginagawa ko. I'm doing my role here as a brigade commander, regardless of maliit man lang itong contribution na ito. I think my move here is to set something as a precedent. So that maalis na, I'm not be staying here too long. So, pag pumalit man sa akin, ma-realize, ma-appreciate natin na ito yung dapat natin gagawin Start from here and then tuloy na lang.
Sir, may iba naman ako, sir. Doon naman sa integri, naman natin. Ano, sir, yung kabutihan ng pagiging integri, sir, ng isang MNLF?
Ma-recall nyo naman after the peace agreement with the MNLF is kasama sa peace agreement yung integration ng former rebels to the armed forces. I think ilang years na ngayon, magto-12, 13 years na yata ngayon. When I talk over here, knowing their culture, nakikita ko na wala man lang Maranao soldiers dito So, sino-sino itong mga Maranao soldiers? Ma-recall ko kaagad because during the time na tinitraining ba yung mga integre na ito, I was then a major or lieutenant colonel then siguro na. Sabi ko, I think I can make use of them here. So, ang iba nito is galing sa ibang division. We are from 1st Division, galing sa Davao, Cagayan de Oro area. Hiningi ako ng clearance na makatulong sila rito by way of, sinasabi ko nga reaching out reaching out for their lost relatives. Di ba? By way of, mas madali nilang ma-explain eh. Yung intent ng armed forces because dito kasi is, mostly ang dialect dito is Maranao eh. Sa hinterlands. Madali silang maka-network. Reaching out. And in like manner also, ang isa pa dyan na sinasabi namin na ayaw din lang barilin yung kapwa nila. Kamag-anak. Si rebel sir will not fire at the Integre. Is proven. Tapos kamag-anak nila yung iba dyan. So, ginagawan ko ng paraan na ito magiging positive ang dating sa amin na tulong. But I cannot also force them to kill their own relatives na rebelde. Naiintindihan ko yung rule nila rito. Meaning, with that culture also, Maranao, na sundalo na sila ngayon, ang kalaban natin ganito rin, may limit, may restriction naman yung rule nila, but I think they are helping us. Yun yung sinasabi ko.
Pero dun sa mismong rebel, sir, ano yung balik sa kanya nun? Nung pagiging sundalo yung before MNL siya?
Ano yung ibig sabihin na?
Kumbaga, kasi sa army, may benefits sila.
Oo.
Diba? Pag sila yung nagiging Pero sa kanila, sir, bilang isang sundalo, ano yung naging...